Hi Dennis, it's Gilma here. I decided to create this short video like we discussed on the phone to show you a little bit more of the inboard engine license. So I'm gonna send a quote with this kit and I'm sure it's gonna be a good option for you instead of having the full thing right. So let's see it. Now on the inboard side, you have 39 engines in total or vessels. Here are the larger engines also. So you find there's Yanmar, Caterpillar, Cummins, Detroit, Volvo Penta gasoline even, MTU. This is exactly the license that I show you for the MTU. There's all the different models on MTU. So there's plenty. Let me go back. And you do have also Mercury, Cruiser, Racing, John Deere, some Yamaha on the inboard side, like these models. SHL 1812, 181052, so on. You have MAN. I know this is also popular. And Inmar too. So there's more here. These are the most popular ones. Here on the left, you can see the whole list. There's Big John, Hyundai, OMC, Scania, Sea-Doo on the inboard, and more. So let's take a look at the different models that you have on the other brands that you need to work on. On Caterpillar here, you find it from the C7, C9, C12, C13, C15, C18, C30, C32, and then some other engines like 3212, 3406, E, 3412, 3516C. So this would be the Caterpillar models available. Here's the whole list. The 35XX series, 34XX series, 31XX series, and the C series. That's Caterpillar. It's as deep as the MTU model that we saw. So let me show you an example in this C12. There's the engine control model. There you have wiring diagrams, technical data. You can read and clear the faults. This is the example. Then you can set parameters like injector coding on the engine control, such as the number of engines, engine location. You can change that. Um, you have the C trial. You can check the whole system on these engines. This is the fuel system. And also do system checks. So you can do cylinder cutout and injector bus test. That's Caterpillar, right? And I show you a C12 just to give you an example. Now let's go back. Let me show you the Cummins coverage. So on Cummins, you do have the QSB, QSC, QSL, and QSM. QSM 11, QSL 9, QSC 8.3, and in the QSB, you do have the 4.5, 5.9, and 6.7. Let me show you an example of the QSB 6.7. You do have the DTS, digital throttle and shift on Cummins for the Cummins vessels, and then you do have the electric the engine also for the different types of engines. So if it's a starboard or the other, you're good to go. You have the engine gateway course control system too. For special functions, you have calibrations, check for leaks on the fuel system, cylinder cutout, injector code modification, control unit replacement, and the engine location you can change. Let's go inside the engine on this QSB 6.7. And there are plenty of configurations. You do have maintenance data, switching off mill lamp, then you have the injector coding. You can modify that. You can configure the password on the Cummins engines, and then you have the idle speed, which you can change, and you can display the information right there. You have system check like cylinder cutout, the whole fuel system, and others, actuate components, and of course doing the C trial. So there's that. On the DTS For this, you need a special cable to the JDC6178. If you don't have a cable, that's okay. We can ship it to you. And then you have here the calibrations. Just the warning, then gives you an explanation, and then you can make the changes here in different homes, the number of engines. So yeah, that's an overview on Cummins. I know it was just the 6.7 QSB. Now let me show you Volvo Penta. This is Volvo Penta. You do have the D series, all of these different models, IPS, KAD, KMD, and TAMD. Let's check here the D16 Volvo Penta. You have the engine control system, system parameter settings, common powertrain, steering system control unit. These are the engine options. You can do the full code reading. There's lots of technical data too, lots of troubleshooting guides. You can actuate components, preheat and relay, system checks, cylinder codeout, injection, evaluation, acceleration tests, and so on. And you can modify the parameters like the injector coding on each cylinder. There's the live data, so you can do your C trials on the engine. And of course, you can record up to 90 minutes any of the live measurements too. Let me show you a steering system control unit. You can read and clear the fault zone here. And let's check the parameters that you can change on the system. So you can change the language in unit, idle speed, fuel tank, and do calibrations on the joystick, control levers, and adjust the trim limit. Let's check this calibration on the Volvo Penta. Okay, so it gives you details on a document on how to do that. All right, this basically the inboard license, like I mentioned. The only difference with the stationary engines is, I think it's about the same look. It's almost the same amount of brands. They just add a few models on, for example, on Cummins, that you have more models because it's for like power generators and other the lightning and other types of of generators. You might come across also other brands, but for other uses, like Mitsubishi right here, Deutz. So these are for other uses, but stationary engines. That's the difference between inboard and stationary engines. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll send you the updated quote or a new quote. And yeah, we look forward getting you started with Jalta. So we're sure this is going to help your service business. Have a great day, Dennis.